Okay, super duper. Happy to have you guys here. Hi. Let's see. So I know it's if you just did the lecture and you're here at Yin, it's a lot to kind of integrate. It's a lot to be in front of the computer. So feel free to have uh, a journal nearby, light a candle to help you kind of settle into your space as we dive into the inner stargazing Yin practice. I can't believe it's already been 4 weeks that we've been together. It's quite mind blowing how time is just like this illusion and how it continues to unravel. And this week, of course, we're working on kind of honoring the healer and naturally, we have to be careful with themes because the universe was like, oh, you think you're a healer? Let's see. So I'm sure many of you know I twisted my ankle and tore a few ligaments last weekend, uh, dancing on the feld, silent disco style. And, it really makes us appreciate the teachings that have been passed down and to appreciate the techniques that we've been given so that we can really integrate it into our lives when things happen. And for me, this is such a tiny injury. It doesn't bother me so much. It's been quite nice to reintegrate these healing practices and to have time to be in stillness. And the Yin practice offers that as well for us to be in stillness and to heal. So, a common question when it comes to healing is what are you breathing into? In the Yin practice, it could be a specific part of the body. Or I say this too to friends if they're kind of going on a certain topic or a drama. And I just say, there comes a point in time where you don't need to breathe life into the situation anymore. It's past, it's gone. So, what are you looking to breathe life into now? What are you looking to create? And this could be something that could perhaps help you in how to direct your energy in the Yin practice, especially if, as some of you guys have expressed, there's things that come up, little battles that we have with ourselves. So, enough blah, blah, blah. There's plenty of time to talk in the Yin practice, even though we don't need to talk the whole time. In fact, most of the realizations come in stillness. However, or in silence, I will post a playlist for you guys there in case you want to join along. Okay, sweet. Let's start then. Sorry. I don't know why I try to bend this knee in. It's habit. I cannot sit in a meditative seat, but I can sit like this, and it's quite nice. So you can come into a meditative seat or a seat that works for you, modify as you need. Close your eyes, tune in, and breathe life into your body. Breathe life into your spirit. Breathe life into the intelligence of your mind. And now send your breath to where you need it the most. Breathe into your heart as you allow your palms to meet there at the center, giving gratitude to yourself for carving out the time to heal, to nourish, to take care, and anything else that's on your intention list. Now let's unite together in singing the sound of Om. Feel this vibration rippling through you, weaving us together in the conscious web. Tief ein, first to clear. Exhale out. Breathe in to sing. And you can open your eyes. Simply bring your feet out in front of you. You can be in a Baddha Konasana shape. Sorry, I'm starting to find injuries to be really funny because I'm always like so perplexed by what my body's doing. Your feet should be together, or at least try, but you can bring your hands to your shins. And as you inhale, roll the shoulders back, pull the heart forward. And as you exhale, curl and round. Continue to breathe life through your spine as it starts to polish up the internal world, as it begins to clear out the blockages, allowing the energy to flow smoothly. So why did I ask, what are you breathing into? Again, this is the first step into healing. Your healing doesn't have to come from an injury. Perhaps it's just a way that you nourish yourself. But when you breathe, your breath is the pranayama, which means it is the vehicle for the prana. And the prana is this vital life force energy. And with your attention and intention, you can direct that prana into places where you wish to see a development, where you're seeking a transformation. Whether this is on a physical level, whether it's mentally, emotionally, spiritually, you have the tools at hand that allow you to work on the multidimensional layers of your being. And the next time you inhale, pull the heart forward. Allow your chest to melt down. You can bring your hands down and come to a fold. If it's too much on your leg, I'm the queen of modification. Well, maybe not queen, it's only been a week. But what's been helping me, because the leg can't really rest on the ground, is to bring the leg up on a bolster. And what I realized about this is that it helps lift the leg up a bit. And if you're able to soften down, you can get a little bit deeper into the hip. I should actually balance this out on the other side. So I get my other bolster, but first I set a timer. Breathe where you feel sensation, or turn your intention into a mantra and weave it in with your breath. Kill the Z. If you want, you can also relax the neck. Release tension away. part of the healing process, as well as noticing what comes up for you. It can be inspiring, it can be a bit emotional, it could be something triggered from the past. And this is where having a journal is helpful in the healing process to help you untangle these thoughts and create a little bit of clarity. It's as if you could put the puzzle pieces together to see the bigger picture. See if you can breathe deeper as we approach the climax here of the pose. And take a deep breath in where you are. And exhale everything out. Roll up through your spine. I like to take some little movements here, little whirlpool movements, just to kind of loosen things up. Okay. And from here, we're going to continue to dive into our emotional intelligence, healing on many levels here as we work into Swan. I have my little Swanee here to keep you motivated. Alrighty, also known as pigeon. I mean, I think swans are a bit cuter, so I dig a swan. But you're going to start with your right leg. Bring your right shin forward. And you can work on bringing your left leg directly behind. I'll see how this works out for me. Too much at the moment. So I'm sure, as you know, you guys have been in this course for 4 weeks and your yoga practice extends before, but you can ideally work your back leg straight back. If you need, like if you find that your right hip is propped up, slide a pillow, a bolster, something underneath. But let's say you got too wild at a silent disco and you tore a ligament in your foot, or your hips feel really tight. You can come into what is called deer pose. So for deer, I'm bringing my right shin forward and my left knee is just bent behind me. I feel just like a deer. So you'll pick your foundation and inhale, lift up through the heart. And then walk your hands forward. And you'll pull the heart forward and exhale, lower down. Good. So this is your deer, swan, pigeon. And really take some deep breaths here to acclimate. Nice. I would like to share with you a few excerpts from what I posted on the Facebook page. I wrote an essay the other day, a tiny essay, for my transpersonal psychology course. There's this meme that's been floating around that says, after COVID, you will emerge as, you can emerge as a drunk, a chunk, a hunk, or a monk. And it's where like you decide. And I feel this really too applies to the path of healing that we take. And it also circles back to our theme last week of how to direct your energy. Because the actions that you take are going to maybe not per se lead you to one of those paths, but in a way, I think it's been interesting to reflect on. But we use this time of lockdown, as you know, I call it introspection, as an opportunity to go in. Due to the lack of social engagements, this gives you more time to be still with yourselves. I understand that all professions allow this, but even here now, you have the time to be in stillness. And in this stillness is an opportunity for transformation or evolving into the limitlessness within you that holds this essence that allows you to really shine and to heal on all levels. This is the limitless that I'm referring to. And the thing is that, and Grolf mentions this, that entire cultures have treated inner transformation as a necessary and desirable aspect of life. So I feel that it's only natural that we're looking to heal, that we're looking to nourish ourselves. And how are you looking to do that in this moment? What actions have you taken this week to support that ideal sense of who you are yearning to connect to? And if there's something that you too would like to incorporate in your practice, or perhaps in how you are seeing yourself, how to shift the vision, breathe life into that aspect. Now take a deep breath in where you are and clearing out this darker space, perhaps that you've felt that you've kind of dove into. And face this dense space within you with a breath of light. And take a deep breath in. And exhale out. Walk your hands up. And then take what you need. You take a three-legged dog, or you can even move into a tabletop. Just going to circle out through the right leg. Good. And for the next, you're going to move into pigeon, swan, deer. However you feel connected to it on the left side. So the left shin comes forward. The other leg back. Oh, nice. I'm already making some improvements. This was not happening for me on Tuesday. Healing happens in every moment. Every moment is an opportunity for transformation. Let's breathe into where we are now. Breathe into your heart, that place of universal connection. And as you exhale, just start to work your way down and melt down. And as you acclimate, I'll continue to share a bit more about this idea of transforming. Grof mentions, and I'm mentioning Stanislav Grof, he's the grandfather, one of the founders of transpersonal psychology. He's also the one that developed the holotropic breathwork module. So his work is very well known and has impacted my life on many levels. But he mentions that the common denominator of all crisis of transformation is the manifestation of various aspects of the psyche that were previously unconscious. And I feel this really connects to the yin practice, as many of you have expressed that certain things start to come up for you in these poses, whether it's anger or sadness or this like rush of an emotion. And it might not happen in every practice naturally, but you've expressed it, that you've had this encounter. And my question is that, could it be now that we are given the space and time to truly do the inner work, that these things start to present themselves? These longer times that we're in stillness, the unconsciousness begins to kind of float to the surface. And this, I feel, is what instigates this drunk chunk monk hunk pathway. Because what do we do with this information? Do we suppress it with the drunkenness? Do we run like crazy to burn it off? Do we eat our emotions? Do we withdraw ourselves and become the monk? I'm not saying one is better than the other. In fact, I think it's best for you to find your own path. However, what is quite fascinating is that Grof as well mentions it in his book, The Stormy Search for the Self, that it is possible for many people, behind the craving for drugs and alcohol is the craving for transcendence or wholeness. So in this time of lockdown and being repressed, perhaps we feel that call to take the drugs, take the alcohol, whether it's to suppress or to experience. Yet ask yourself, and maybe it's not drugs or alcohol, it could be food. I'm not assuming that you're doing that, but you know what I mean. Let's connect to the why behind our actions. And that's what you can reflect on here in the pose, or just be with whatever presents itself. Trust it is the psyche kind of unraveling. Breathe into what has come up, what has presented itself. Exhale out. Make your way up. From here, you can do what you need to do. Three-legged dog, three-legged table. And from here, we're going to work our way into caterpillar. So actually, I'll give you options. If you wish, because we'll be working the backside of the legs. If you want to come into dangling pose, you can bring both feet on the floor and fold like so. If you prefer to be a bit more grounded, this is really nice for just lengthening through the spine. Yeah, but caterpillar or Paschimottanasana is really great as well, and it helps the low back. What's also nice about Paschimottanasana, if you're able to get the belly on the thigh, it can help with the digestive system. And if folding that flat isn't happening, you just give yourself either bigger thighs or a bigger belly with a pillow. And it can be really nice. Not gonna lie, I've been kind of taking that chunk route this week, so I'll take anything that supports the digestive system. So pick which one resonates with you, and if you want to dive into a little bit of both, feel free. You're gonna breathe and find length in your spine. And exhale, melt down. Allow your breaths to be very sweet.
and vast as you breathe into into the entirety of your being.
Take a deep breath in where you are. Exhale out. Roll up through your spine. Roll the shoulders a bit. If you were in dangling pose on your feet, you can now come to sit. We're going to work not into sneezing asana, but into Gomukhasana. However, if you want to continue to work on the underside of the leg and the hamstring, you can take Ardha Gomukhasana. But you're going to bring the right knee on top to start. If it's a bit high, this is quite all right. You just kind of, as you work the feet away from one another or just like an opposite direction, it'll help you in stacking the knees. Yeah, so this is full Gomukhasana, or you straighten the bottom leg to take Ardha. First, let's just shimmy through the hips a bit and roll the shoulders back, fingertips on the mat, and breathe into the heart space. And out. Now breathe in, lift up through the heart. Then exhale, hinge forward a bit. And then you can crawl the hands a bit more forward. Breathe in, pull the heart forward. Exhale, hinge forward. Continue to make your way down, folding. And just drop down into yourself. Breathe life into where you wish to heal. Try to be present with the pose by keeping your awareness inwards. You can visualize the breath traveling through the body. You can repeat intention. Now take a deep breath in where you are. Exhale everything out. Walk your hands up. Ooh, baby. You can butterfly out your legs a little bit. Or even shake them out like so. And then you're going to take the other leg on top. So left leg comes on top. Sorry, it's settling in to see if it works. Yeah, it's okay. And again, we can all transform with every moment. So, situating your foundation, shimming the hips down into the ground, and breathe into your heart space. And exhale, you can start to melt the heart down over the thighs. I understand that in these hip openers, especially over extended amounts of time, you might feel that you're coming face to face with a shadowier part of yourself. I posted this quote today by Shaman Durek about how you can't always talk about being connected to the light and being the light if you're not facing your shadows as well. And it doesn't mean you have to get stuck in the darkness, but again, breathe light into these positions, into these discomforts, because when you breathe, you're allowing energy to move through it, to transcend out of whatever shadowy aspect you are feeling into. And something Michael Daniels mentions in the book, Shadow, Self, and Spirit, I mentioned in the essay, is that in order to reclaim and enrich our humanness, it is necessary, I believe, to acknowledge fully the shadow side of soulful responses to the challenges that this awareness will bring. So tap into your human nature, breathe life into the pose. Anything that comes up, whether it be in the shadow side or the light side, feel free to write it down to support your healing process. My experience in my darker moments in life, in the most challenging times, that has created the foundation for exponential healing. Perhaps it's because in these times, stillness is required, deep introspection, reflection. There's more time to self-study, to enrich the studies. But in most cases, we are looking to heal a shadow within us, big or small. In order to become your own healer, you need to address what it is so that you know how to direct your energy efficiently. Take a deep breath in where you are. And exhale everything out. Really clear it out, even if you have to. That was me in my bed last night. And crawl up. Sit back and shake out your legs. Do what you need to do in this moment. I'm going to get you a Shavasana track. It's also a track for your last restorative pose. But in this moment, jot down anything that came up or just move your body in a way that is therapeutic. So to activate your self-healing, here's a YouTube link. It's also from Solfeggio, composer that worked on really developing these healing hertz. But you can come into a restorative pose, and I know for some of you, you've expressed that Shavasana can be quite challenging at times to really just lay there like a corpse. So I love the alternative of restorative poses. Sorry, mind blank. You'll need a bolster or a pillow. That's the best. And if you want, you can prop something up underneath it. So I'm just using what I have, which is a pillow and some books. And I could also use this bolster. I could also use other blocks. And then you take the other bolster and you just lay it on top so that you create a little bit of an incline. So if you can make something that looks like this will support you, but it's not necessary. We're coming into Supta Baddha Konasana, which can also just be done lying down on your back. If you want some support over the hips, you need some grounding, you can also take a blanket and drape it over the hips. And what she'll do from here is you'll just lie down. So you'll bring the soles of the feet together and the knees wide, like a butterfly. And of course, if you could use a plant, you don't need to use a plant as a prop. But you can also bring props underneath the knees if your hips feel like they're still a bit too tight or they need a little bit of support. This is quite nice. And you lean back. So that prop, it would look like this. Yeah. But I don't need it there, I need it on my other leg. As for your arms here, you can V them out to the side. You can bring the hands onto the hips, your choice. Allow your eyes to close. Feel free to get the YouTube Healing Hertz track playing. And as you recline back, breathe in, breathe life into your body. And exhale everything out. Feel it wash away, feel it clear out. And feel the props beneath you as they hold you. You feel supported. You're connected into the heaviness of the earth and the back body. And as you feel it kind of seeping into the ground on this hill. And you're connected to the light the spaciousness of the front body. Opens you up to the celestial heart, the vastness of the cosmic space above, around, and beyond you. And imagine the brightest star between the eyebrows. Take a deep breath in where you are. And exhale, let it stream out. If your body is yearning to stay here a bit longer, listen. Give your body what it needs. This is too how we begin to heal. When we tune our awareness. And eventually you can bring yourself to sit in a position and whether you're still in a restorative pose or you're in a meditative seat, just scan through the body. Notice how you've shifted. What feels more open, receptive, clear, conscious. And true healing begins when we start to integrate these practices, these rituals, our awareness into our daily lives. That you can bring your hands to your heart and give thanks to yourself for showing up, for consistently showing up over these 4 weeks together on this journey of transformation, introspection, healing. And may all that you have cultivated in this time, let it continue to nourish you as you move forward, as you continue to unravel the magnificence of your being. In celebration of our class tonight, let's close with the sound of Om. Feel this vibration wrapping around your body like a group hug, feeling supported in all that you do. First, take a deep breath in to clear. Exhale out. Breathe and sing. Vielen Dank für alles. As always, thank you so much for your support, your inquisitiveness, for being here, for integrating, for celebrating, for questioning. Biggest love and all the gratitude for you guys. I look forward to circling back up again, integration, hopefully again in January for phase 3. And of course, just again and again and again and again in the future. Big kisses, big love to all of you. And yes, happy healing. XX.